Hey, it's David Farmer. Today, we're going to take a quick look at CreditScore Express, the soft credit pull technology from Intice. CreditScore Express allows a customer to get their free credit score right on your dealership website and then convert that customer into a lead that we submit to your dealership CRM. Now, the soft credit pull technology can be installed on your dealership website many different ways, including the CreditScore Express banner that can be installed right on your dealership's homepage, which is going to allow a customer to enter into the CreditScore Express user experience right on that page. The CreditScore Express banner can also be installed on a search results page on your dealership's website, giving quick and easy access to convert that customer into a lead and allow them to get their free credit score right on that search results page. We can also embed the CreditScore Express a few different ways. We can create a special button right on that search results page listing that allows a customer to enter into that user experience, or we can embed it right on a vehicle display page, which is going to allow a customer to jump right in and get their free credit score. Now, lastly, we can also install this right on your dealership's website on a specific page. So this page would be, we'd be able to embed the full Shopper Express technology on the page. And you can utilize this URL a couple different ways. You can include it in menu drop-downs from your dealership's website, driving customers into that free credit score technology. You could also utilize that URL for any digital marketing or social media posts that you might want to do at the dealership, driving customers to your dealership website into a lead conversion funnel, allowing a customer to get their free credit score and converting that customer into a lead. So let's say we're on the home page and a customer sees the CreditScore Express banner and is very interested in this, and they click that. And as you can see, we're going to keep the customer right on the dealership's homepage, but we open up the CreditScore Express technology right on that page, giving the customer the ability to jump in and learn more, get their credit score, and then ultimately even complete a full credit application, which we'll cover in just a few minutes. Now, in this user interface, you'll also notice that the theme color that we have in this example is Toyota Red. Now, we also have the ability to have this in other manufacturer colors. Let's say, for example, we want to look at something that is going to be Chrysler blue or Honda blue. We have these options available, and we can theme it for your dealership website, even including the CreditScore Express banner. And then the whole user experience is going to be created in that new OEM theme. The illustrations that we use inside this explainer video is also going to match the manufacturer, whether it's Chrysler, Honda, or Toyota, Hyundai. All the different manufacturers are included. Let's go ahead and jump back into the Toyota Red user experience. And a few other things we might want to cover on the user experience itself is that you have the ability to customize many different features in this, such as you can customize the label up on top here. You can make it. You can change the text in that. You can change the text in the call to action button, the submit button at the bottom. You can also change the disclosure to make sure that you're compliant for TCPA disclosures, making sure that you're properly disclosing the communication that you'll have with that customer. So a lot of customizations that are available inside the CreditScore Express technology. Now, if we want to go ahead and do a test here, I'm going to go ahead and just enter in my sample customers' first name, last name. And as you'll notice, we've got kind of a cool address capture technology, which allows us to use the location services of the device that the customer's on. And our goal is to be able to serve up the address that they're looking to enter, usually within a few keystrokes and maybe a couple mouse clicks. So you can see just in a few keystrokes, we're going to serve up the most appropriate address. And this is going to allow us, number one, to get an accurate address so we can increase the match rate with the customer's credit file. But then also the data that we're going to be putting into your CRM is going to be accurate, which will speed up the entire process. We are going to require that the customer provide us with their email address and their phone number, so you'll have that to contact the customer when you get the lead into your CRM. Now, this is a soft credit pull. We do work with all three different bureaus. So depending on what bureau you want to use, you have that option, that choice. We're going to use the FICO score from each one of those bureaus to make sure that we are creating some transparency really into the process for the customer to be able to get that credit score and have it match the actual credit score that you'll be using to get that customer qualified with the lender. Now, there are some other competing products in the marketplace right now that utilize something other than a FICO score. And some of the challenges that we've seen is that those other scores are maybe higher. They have a different score range, so they skew higher. Now, that will cause some challenges if a customer goes on your dealership's website and ultimately gets a score that's higher than the score you'll be using to qualify the customer for the different tier levels. And it might create some challenges where a customer might say that they're on your website and it said you are a 7-something credit score, but now that it's time to actually get the loan approved, you find out that the customer is a 6-something. So that's one of the reasons why we use the FICO score, the real credit score that the customers are going to be using. So it is a soft credit pull, meaning that we do not need the customer's social security number. We do not need the customer's date of birth to get that credit score for the customer. And it does not put an inquiry on the customer's credit file. So there's not going to show that inquiry on the file. Now, with CreditScore Express, we have two different versions. Our standard version is going to give you access to the customer's credit score, and the customer is going to have access to their credit score. The Pro version, or the upgraded version, will give you the option to actually get a copy of that customer's full bureau. So that is an upgrade to CreditScore Express. So if you're interested in that, maybe you're already a client of CreditScore Express and you're looking at new and different ways to utilize the technology, that's one upgrade that you can use to be able to include a link to the back end of our system, which provides you access to the customer's full credit bureau, and depending on what bureau you choose. So that's an upgrade that is available that you may want to consider. Now, let's go ahead and kind of take the next step in this process after putting the customer's first name, last name, address, email, and phone. Now we're going to get to the point where we have qualified the customer. They're pre-qualified based on their credit score. Now, a couple of things on this screen that we want to pay attention to is that the credit score and the pre-qualification value is something that you can set. Now, our standard is 52.5 for a pre-qualification amount, and 580 is that credit score that's going to put that customer in a pre-qualification status. You can change that if you want to ratchet down the credit score, maybe go to 525 or 500, and anybody above that score is going to get that pre-qualification status, and the loan amount you also have the ability to adjust. So depending on your product line, you might want to consider skewing that a little bit higher, or maybe even bringing that down just a little bit. So with this, it's also important to understand is we're never going to tell a customer that they are not qualified. It's either going to be pre-qualified status or the status is going to be pending. So if the customer does not reach the credit score threshold, we're going to let the customer know that their pre-qualification is pending and more information is needed. So we're going to send that lead right over to your CRM. We're going to let you know that customer is in a pending pending status, we will let you know what their credit score is, so you'll be able to reply back to that customer and let them know that additional information such as a cosigner, maybe a certain amount of equity down, or depending on what their income looks like, what their residence looks like, and so on. The information that you would be able to get qualified with one of your lenders where they might have a lower credit score. So you have that option. So either pending status or pre-qualified. So this is going to be step one of CreditScore Express. Our goal is to see if we can't gather some more information from the customer, and we do that in the form of a credit application. So as you can see here, we can skip the application altogether, or we can complete this full application. And if we're going to move into the full application, we are going to let the customer know that they're going to have to accept the fact that they are going to be requested to supply their social security number and their date of birth, and they are authorizing a hard credit pull. So even to enter into the credit application, they will have to supply this information. They will have to accept this information as they move forward. Now we're going to pre-fill all the information that we already have. We're going to find out information about their residence, how long they have lived there, what their rent or mortgage amount is. We're going to move on to the employment information, where we can find out their employer, their employer phone number, their position, how long they've been on their job, and what their monthly income is. We're going to move into the point where we can capture more information about the customer, their social security number, their date of birth, and then they have to check off the financing terms. We include a link to the financial privacy policy, so we're fully configured and disclosed. And it's also very important to understand that this is fully secure, and that we're capturing personally identifiable information such as their social security number and their date of birth. But this is going to be supplied to your RouteOne or DealerTrack account directly. This information is not going to go into your CRM. It's actually not even going to be stored into our systems on our side. So it's going to be a secure connection right from the device that the customer is on directly into RouteOne or DealerTrack, which is fully secure, and we are certified to be able to supply that information to them. So once they have acknowledged the financing terms, they do have the ability to do a digital signature. We have kind of neat technology to be able to do that right on a desktop device. Works really cool on a mobile device where they can actually do a signature with their finger. Now, from this point, they have the opportunity to add a co-applicant, or they can complete the process. Now, if they're going to complete the process, we are going to supply them with a pre-qualification certificate that's going to include the notation of the fact that the customer did complete a credit application. We have the certificate amount right here. We have an expiration date based on 30 days out from today. We have a customized disclosure talking about the income, debt to income ratios, that those have to be in line to qualify for the up to loan amount. And at the same time that we supply this certificate to the customer, we're going to create that ADF-XML lead, and we're going to send it into your dealership's CRM. Now, we also are going to send a lead right to your. I apologize. We're going to send a. We are going to send a pre-qualification certificate via email right to the customer. So you can see here we got the congratulations certificate going to the customer, and we include a link to that redemption certificate. We let them know that their status is pre-qualified. We show the customer's credit score range, again in a 20-point range, to provide transparency and a little bit of flexibility. the application received notification, and then the actual pre-qualification certificate. And again, that can be opened up directly from that link. So let's just do a quick recap as we close out this video today. So your customers do have the ability to get their free credit score right on your dealership's website. That can be done utilizing our CreditScore Express banner on a homepage, SRP, VDP. We can utilize any button on a search results page listing or a vehicle display page, call to action, to open up that technology. We can install the CreditScore Express technology on an individual page on your dealership's website, which can be accessible from a menu item or any type of digital marketing or social media posts that you can drive traffic to your dealership website. We're going to supply any of the three bureaus, the real FICO score, right to your dealership CRM. All this information is going to be available at CreditScore-Express.com, including some additional video content. You have the ability to reach out to us if you have any questions. We appreciate your time today. And again, if you have any additional information, please go to CreditScoreExpress.com.